Hello, dear friends. In the earlier audio, we have gone through various interesting part related to introductory botany, and now we are going to have idea regarding various branches of the botany, which includes only definitions. As far as botany considered, there are so many branches, and most of these branches are either basic or fundamental branches of the botany, and another type, that is the applied branches of the botany. As far as basic botany branches considered, these include morphology, anatomy, phycology, mycology, lichenology, bryology, teridology, palynology, paleobotany, plant physiology, plant taxonomy, embryology, phytochemistry, and biophysics, etc. Now just have a look regarding definition related to these various branches of the botany. First one, that is related to morphology. As far as morphology considered, it is very fundamental or basic branch of botany where we are going to study the form and structures of the plant. But nowadays this branch has much importance because of its use in plant identification. So morphology is the first fundamental branch of botany. Then another branch, that is anatomy. As far as anatomy considered, it focuses on internal structures of the plant, including tissues and cells. As all of us are known with the fact that internal structures of plants, if we observe under the compound or magnified uh, magnified various devices, then we have an idea that in the structure of plant cell is comparatively complicated, and overall tissue structure is also complicated. So anatomy is an interesting branch of botany which deals with the study of structure of plant, including internal structure of the plant, including tissues as well as cells. The next fundamental branch, which is related to phycology. As everybody of us is known with the fact that about 70% plus area of our planet is covered with the water. So many variety of a different type of algae available in these variety of a different kinds of aquatic habitat, including freshwater as well as marine water habits. So phycology is a branch of botany which deals with the study of algae. Then next important branch, that is mycology, or which is also known as a plant pathology. As far as mycology considered, it is overall study of the fungi. Everybody is known, so there is a controversy regarding whether to consider the fungus as a part of kingdom plantae or not. But in spite of going through such a debate, one should consider the fungi as a part and parcel of a kingdom plantae, because there are variety of fungi which are causing losses to different types of crops, and for this purpose the study of fungi, which is nothing but the branch, that is mycology. Then another interesting group of kingdom plantae, that is lichens, which are considered as a plants of a dual nature. And those who study the lichen, these are known as a person who is studying lichen, which is known as a lichenologist, and branch which studies lichen is considered as a lichenology. Study of lichen, which are symbiotic association between fungi and algae or cyanobacteria, which comes under the branch lichenology. Then another important group of kingdom plantae, that is bryophytes. As far as bryophytes considered, the study of mosses and liverworts included in bryology. So bryology is very important branch for study of mosses as well as liverworts and their association with the whatever environmental conditions available. The next important branch, that is teridology. As far as teridology considered, study of ferns and their relatives included in teridology. There are large number of pteridophytes available in the various localities of the world, and all these pteridophytes are studied under the branch that is pteridology. Then next interesting branch of botany is palynology. As far as palynology considered, it has immense importance nowadays, even in a forensic science, for investigation of a crime as well as for so many such things. Palynology is the study of pollen as well as spores from different plants. There is one more interesting branch, that is aerobiology, which includes study of pollens, spores as well as those things which are available in air or atmosphere, and it is known as aerobiology. The next important branch of botany, which is paleobotany, which includes the study of fossil plants. By studying variety of different kinds of fossil plants available in the different localities, we have idea regarding what kind of plants present in the past. The next one, that is plant physiology. We observe that there are variety of different kinds of plants available in our surrounding, and these plants shows variety of a different physiological goes uh, under variety of a different physiological reactions, including photosynthesis, respiration, nitrogen metabolism, and other number of such a physiological processes. So the study of plant functions and processes included in a uh, branch which is known as a plant physiology. The next important branch, basic branch, that is plant taxonomy. Nowadays, plant taxonomy has an immense importance because of the thing that it is very important to exactly know, scientifically know the plant. And for this purpose, plant taxonomy, which is related to classification as well as nomenclature of the plant. Then next basic branch of botany, which is known as embryology, that is study of development of different plant embryos. As we know that there are variety of different kinds of plants available in the surrounding, and these plants have different kinds of embryo development patterns also. So all such a kind of embryological patterns studied under the branch that is embryology. Then phytochemistry. Nowadays there is enough demand for phytochemistry because of thing that variety of different kinds of plants which produces different kinds of phytochemicals. So the study of chemicals derived from the plant which are under the title that is phytochemistry. The next fundamental branch is biophysics. Applications of physics to biological processes including plant systems. So these are some of the fundamental branches of the botany. Let us have a review for these branches. Fundamental branches of the botany are like morphology, anatomy, phycology, mycology, lichenology, bryology, pteridology, palynology, paleobotany, plant physiology, plant taxonomy, then plant taxonomy, plant embryology, phytochemistry, and biophysics. After gone through simple definitions of these different fundamental branches, let us have an idea regarding applied branches of the botany. And these applied branches of the botany are like ethnobotany, plant pathology, plant ecology, phytogeography, and plant genetics and plant breeding, agronomy, economic botany, biotechnology, molecular biology, horticulture, forestry, biostatistics, nursery, gardening and landscaping, food science and technology, natural resource management, etc. As it is well known to everybody of you that by gaining the knowledge from fundamental branches, if it is useful for ease of living and if it has applicability, then such a kind of branches which applied branches develop. And these applied branches, let us have an idea regarding one by one regarding definition of these different applied branches. So first one, that is ethnobotany, studies the relationship between people and plants, focusing on the how different cultures use the perceive of plants. As we are living in the Gondwana region or most of the part of Gadchiroli district, which is inhabited by local inhabitants of Pond and Madia tribe. It is well known to everybody of us that in our area, variety of different types of plants which are used for purpose of medicine and other cultural aspects. So ethnobotany is important, uh, important applied branch of the botany. The next one, plant pathology, which is related to investigates the plant diseases and how to control these diseases. As we are aware with the fact that variety of a different kind of plants which are cultivated in a field, and most of these plants are attacked by different pathogens including fungi, nematodes and microorganisms including bacteria as well as viruses. So plant pathology is important applied branch of the botany. Then plant ecology. Popularly, everybody of us is called as an ecologist because we are known with the variety of different kinds of changes which observed in our surrounding. As far as plant ecology considered, it examines the interaction between plants and their environment. The next important applied plant branch of botany is phytography or phytogeography, which studies the geographic distribution of the plant. For example, once upon a time, about more than 6,000 varieties of rice are under cultivation, or more than 3,000 varieties of chili and mango were observed normally in our country. We can go through such a list of large number of plants which are supposed to be indigenous to our country, and so very important branch, that is phytogeography, is should be studied. The next one, that is plant genetics and plant breeding, focusing on the genetic improvement of plant for better yield or improved varieties which give maximum yield, disease resistance, and so many such a elite characteristic feature. Plant genetics and plant breeding plays very important role for increasing productivity of the variety of a different crop plants. Then agronomy. Applied plant science to crop production and soil management, agronomy plays very important role. A person with knowledge of agronomy gives idea how to increase the yield or productivity of the plant. Then economic botany. As far as economic botany is considered, it looks at the plant of economic values and their uses. For example, we can use the plants which are considered as a producing vegetables, fruits, rubber yielding plants, oil yielding plants or oil yielding seeds, then sugar yielding plant, and so many variety of different kinds of plants which and their study which comes under the economic botany. Then biotechnology. Once just 30 years ago, there was a boom of biotechnology, which is related to uses of plant to develop new products and technologies. Then molecular biology, that is studies the molecular mechanism of a plant life, and we have idea regarding prints of the genetic prints of the plant. So molecular biology is also very important applied branch of the botany. Then horticulture, which involves cultivation of different garden plants, flowering plants, avenue plants, or variety of different kinds of plants which are observed in the garden. Then forestry, which is responsible to manage and conserve forest as well as different kinds of forest resources. So forestry is also important branch, applied branch of botany. Then biostatistics, as it is well known to various researchers, biostatistics is very important, which applies the statistical method for biological research so that one can draw various types of conclusion on basis of available data. Then nursery, gardening and landscaping focus on the cultivation and maintenance of the plant for aesthetic purpose and for functional purpose is part and parcel of a nursery gardening and landscaping. Food science and technology is another interesting applied branch of the botany, which studies processing, preservation, improvement of food products, etc. Natural resources management, which manages natural resources like water, soil, and plant sustainability. So, dear friends, these are a variety of different kinds of branches of the botany, which are fundamental as well as applied branches of the botany. Now, after having idea regarding variety of different kinds of fundamental as well as applied branches of the botany, let us have an idea regarding scientific methods to study the botany. As far as scientific methods to study anything considered, there are certain procedures. As far as scientific methods to study the botany considered, these includes observation, identification of the problem, and hypothesis. And after that, prediction, experiments, result analysis, and finally the report publication. So scientific methods to study botany includes part such as first one observation, second one identifying the problem, third one hypothesis prediction, fourth one experimental experiments, fifth then next one result analysis, and finally the report publication. Scientific method is systematic approach used in botany as well as other sciences to explore observations, answer questions, and test the hypothesis. Some of the few important aspects including scientific methods to study botany are like observations, which include gathering the data and noticing different patterns or anomalies. The next one, that is identifying the problem, defining the specific question on problem you want to address this, and for this purpose identification of a problem is important. The next step, hypothesis, formulating a testable prediction based on your observation is a part and parcel of a hypothesis. Then prediction, making a logical statement about what you expect to happen in your experiment, that is nothing but the prediction. Then experimentation, conducting a control test to validate or refute your hypothesis experiment is essential. Then result analysis, after getting observations, predictions, hypothesis, we have to go through result analysis, interpreting the data collected during experiment to see if it is supports your hypothesis. Result analysis is important. And after all these, report publication, which includes sharing your findings with scientific community through detailed report on publications. So this is the way of studying botany in the scientific way. Now after this, toward the end of this unit, we are going through scope of botanical study. Scope of botanical study is vast, interdisciplinary, covering various aspects of the plant life and their interactions with environment. Some of the key areas with scope include plant anatomy and morphology, plant physiology, plant ecology, plant genetics and plant breeding, plant pathology, then economic botany, ethnobotany, paleobotany, phytochemistry, conservation botany, etc. As far as these different branches considered, I have already given you idea regarding definitions of these. So scope of botany includes plant anatomy and morphology, which includes the study of structure and forms of the plant, including cells, tissues, organs, etc. Then plant physiology, examination of the function and processes within the plant, such as photosynthesis, respiration, nutrient uptake, nitrogen metabolism, and variety of different kinds of metabolic activities which are going on inside the plant body. These are part and parcel of a study under plant physiology. Then plant ecology. I have already stated that everybody of us is supposed to be plant ecologist, because of thing that everybody of us is knowing with the our surrounding, living as well as non-living organisms and their interactions. So understanding the relationship between plants and their environment, including interactions with other organisms and their role in ecosystem, is important. Then plant genetics and plant breeding, study of genetic inheritance pattern in plants, and development of new plant varieties through breeding techniques is also important part and parcel of botanical studies. Then next one, which is related to plant pathology. Investigation of plant diseases and the methods to control them is very important part, because if we cultivate the variety of a different type of plants, and if these are attacked by different pathogens, then ultimately yield is reduced, and for this one should be known with plant pathology. Then economic botany, exploration of plants which are economically important for uses such as food, medicine, industry, etc. Economic botany plays very important role. Ethnobotany, which encompasses study of how different cultures use plant for medicinal, nutritional, and for other purposes. The next one, that is paleobotany, which includes study of fossil plants or plants of the past and their evolutionary history during their life. So paleobotany is also important. Then phytochemistry, which includes analysis of chemical compounds produced by the plant and their potential uses for well-being of the human race. Then conservation botany, efforts to protect plant biological diversity and manage the natural resources and its sustainability is very important, and it comes under the title that is conservation botany. Botany, a broad scope, makes it crucial for understanding and addressing many goals as well as global challenges such as food security, environmental conservation, and climatic changes. So these are something that is typical mixture of fundamental as well as applied branches of the botany. After this, we have to go through scope of botanical study, which includes research scientist, plant pathologist, plant taxonomist, plant ecologist, plant geneticist, plant breeder, conservation biologist, environmental educators, pharmaceutical botanist, botanical illustrators, etc. Let us have a brief idea regarding these different arenas of a botany. First one, that is research scientist. They conduct the experiments and studies to advance our understanding of the plant biology, genetics, and ecology. They often work in universities, research institutions, or even in the private companies. As it is known to us, there are a variety of different private companies which produces such a kind of hybrid or improved seeds. Then next one, that is plant pathologist. These scientists specialize in diagnosing and managing the plant diseases. They work to protect crops and natural plant populations from the pathogen. Then plant taxonomist. They classify and name plants, studying their relationship and evolutionary history. This work is crucial for biological diversity conservation and understanding plant diversity in surrounding. And for this purpose, nowadays, importance is given to plant taxonomist. Next one, plant ecologist. They study interaction between plants and their environment, including how plants adapt to different conditions and how they affect to ecosystem. The next one, plant geneticist and plant breeder. These experts focus on genetic makeup of plants, working to develop new varieties with desirable characteristic feature such as disease resistance or improvement in yield and adjustability for various climatic conditions, etc., or even stress. Then conservation biologists. They work to protect plant species and their habitat, often focusing on endangered plant and ecosystem. Then environmental educators. These professional teachers the public about plant science and conservation, often working in a school, botanical gardens, or environmental organization. Pharmaceutical botanist. They study plants with medicinal properties, contributing to the development of new drugs and herbal products. I think all of you have gone through pandemic situation, and during that situation, so many variety of plant-based drugs we have used. The next one, botanical illustrators, those who are responsible to create detailed drawing and painting of the plant, which are used in scientific publication, or used as an educational material or even for the purpose of art. And finally, in this unit, we are going through an interesting topic, that is plant and people. As everybody of us is known with the relationship of plant and people, these are of coexisting type, but to be more precise, these are related to co-evolution, domestication, exploration of a plant, as well as green revolution, genetic engineering, sustainable agriculture, etc. Plants and people have deeply intertwined relationship that spans millions of years. Some of the key aspects of these connections of plant as well as human being are like nutrition and agriculture. Plant provides essential nutrients and form the basis of our food supply. Domestication of plant allowed human to transition from hunter-gatherer societies to settled agricultural communities, which we observe nowadays. Then use in medicine. Many plants has medicinal properties and have been used in traditional medicine for last centuries. Modern pharmaceutical continues to discover and utilize plant-derived compounds also. Then cultural significance of plants. Plants play a very vital role in various cultural and religions. They are often used in rituals, art, and symbol of life as well as growth. So everybody of us is known with such a cultural significance with the plant. Even during various festivals, the importance is given to important plant species. Then environmental impact. Nowadays, a big challenge is an impact on the environment, and plants are crucial for maintaining ecological balance. They absorb carbon dioxide, release oxygen, and supporting life on the earth. And for this purpose, environmental impact and plants plays important role. Then aesthetics and emotional benefits. Plant also give us aesthetic as well as some of the emotional benefits also. These include they enhances our surroundings and contribute to our well-being. Gardening and spending time in nature can reduces the stress and improve mental health. Our relationship with plant is not just about survival but also about enriching our lives in countless ways. It is known to everybody of us there are variety in the variety of a way a single plant is useful for us. Then co-evolution. This refers to reciprocal evolutionary changes that occur between interacting species. In agriculture, this often involves mutual adaptation between human and plants. For example, as a human has selected for certain traits in crop, those crops have also influenced human societies and their agricultural practices. The next one, that is domestication, which is the process by which human has modified wild plant and animals for their own use. Domestication has led to the development of crops that are more productive, easier to harvest, and better suited for human needs, or better suited for fulfilling human needs. Then exploration of a plant. This involves search for new plant species that can be used for food, medicine, or other purposes. Plant exploration has been essential for diversifying the crop available for agriculture and for finding plants that can thrive in different environments. The next important, that is green revolution. This was a period of significant agricultural transformation that began in the mid 20th century. I think everybody of us is known with famine of 1972, during which there was a great scarcity of food material observed in our country. Now, green revolution involves development and adoption of high yielding crop varieties, use of the chemical fertilizer, pesticides, and different methods of irrigation. Then, green revolution greatly increases food production but also lead to environmental and social challenges. And as a part of green revolution, now we observe that in our country, we become self-sufficient for our requirement of food. Genetic engineering, which involves the direct manipulation of organisms' DNA to achieve the desirable characteristic feature. In agriculture, genetic engineering has been used to create crops that are resistant to pests, diseases, stress, and environmental conditions, as well as to improve nutritional content of variety of different crops. Then sustainable agriculture. Nowadays, importance is given to sustainable development. That means sustainable development is observed in each and every walk of life. So sustainable agriculture is approach to farming that aim to meet current food needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet theirs. It involves practices that protect the environment, maintain soil fertility, and promote biological diversity. So each of these areas contribute to the overall goal of creating more realistic and sustainable agricultural system. So, dear friends, in this way, we have gone through variety of different kinds of topics which are associated with the botany. I have tried to share with you uh, audio note as well as visuals or videos, third party links, and I'm trying to contribute at least something which is helpful for the students of a tribal area, because I know that there are very less communication as well as transportation facilities available. Most of you are living in the remote areas, and for this purpose, I think these audio as well as video will be useful to you. Also, I request you to visit the library for so many books available in our library. So, with this, thank you very much. Thank you for patient listening about video regarding with our unit number 1. Thank you.